All right, so today we are here with Cincinnati legend and owner, Mr. Dean Gregory of Montgomery Inn. We are down here at the Boathouse location. Dean, we're excited to hear your story. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Tell us where it all began, how it started.
Oh, wow. This is back, Montgomery Inn opened in 1951. I'll try to make a long story short, whatever, but all my grandparents came from Greece back in the 1920s, 30s, whichever. Not being able to speak English, they all got jobs in restaurants.
Really?
My mother's father started out, saved his money, and opened a restaurant in Kennedy Heights. And back then we had streetcars too, and that was the end of the streetcar line where his restaurant was. So that's where a lot of people got off every day. He thought that'd be a great place to, to
Here in Cincinnati?
Here in Cincinnati, correct. My father's dad had a greasy spoon in Detroit. My dad said they were so poor, they'd have a customer come in and order bacon and eggs for breakfast. My dad would run out the back door to the butcher down the street and get bacon and eggs on credit. Bring it back, they'd cook it. When a customer paid, he'd go back and pay the butcher.
Wow.
So he wasn't crazy about the restaurant business. Anyway, my folks met, they got married, and my mother's father helped them buy McCabe's Inn in Montgomery, Ohio, which is now Montgomery Inn. But my dad thought there was a lot of construction going on in Montgomery. Things were starting to boom. My dad thought he could make it just on liquor or whatever. McCabe's Inn had a dining room, had a lady there that cooked, and had about 30 seats in the dining room. My dad said her food was terrible, her kitchen was filthy, he wouldn't eat anything that she made, so he let her have the kitchen for like at least $1 a year. He just ran the bar. Well, my mom would cook dinner and bring it up for him, and usually for enough for a couple cronies hanging around the bar. My folks went to a jazz club in Cincinnati on one of the few nights that he took off. My father loved jazz and opera. So they had ribs for the first time, and people back then didn't even know what ribs, most people didn't know what ribs were.
Right.
So they're driving home, and my dad said to my mother, "Can you make ribs like that?" She goes, "I don't know, but I'll try." So she started working on it. She'd bring it up. My dad would critique her. She made her own barbecue sauce. That's still the sauce. That's
the secret sauce,
that's
which
the
we want to know
liquid
about.
gold right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, people started asking for ribs all the time. My dad kicked the lady out of the kitchen. My mom took over, and that's how we got into the restaurant business, whichever. So,
Incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So did you, the first location, was it in Montgomery?
that was in Montgomery, correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your mom started the secret sauce?
Absolutely. Yep. That's her own recipe. I'll be honest with you. 90% of the items on our menu today are all my mom's recipes still.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
great.
amazing.
She could cook anything.
Especially as I feel like restaurants, they like to change things a lot.
Oh, yeah.
For the
Yeah.
most part, and that's cool that you kind of stick to your roots.
We always try different things. When whatever's trendy, we'll put run it as a special, something like that. Whatever. It doesn't sell. When people come here, it's all protein on our menu. They want ribs, our chicken, our pork chops.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're our staples, whatever.
Yes.
We never, we don't smoke our ribs. When my mom started cooking ribs, nobody, she didn't know how to smoke or anything like that. We roast them, we slow roast them, whichever. But a couple of years ago, we thought we'd put smoke ribs on our menu. So we started smoking them in our commissary. We cook our ribs in the restaurant in each location every day, but we didn't have a smoker here, so we cooked them in our commissary. We bring them down daily. We couldn't give them away. Nobody,
Right.
they didn't want to
Really?
change. They didn't want to change what they like. Yeah.
Keep it classic.
Wow.
We thought young people would like them, whatever, but
Yeah.
we had them on the menu for about a year, and we just took them off because we threw away more than we served.
Wow.
So when did you guys start selling the sauce in stores?
That was back. We opened here in '89. I believe it was 1990 or 91. My brother-in-law Evan handles that end of the business. My sister's husband.
Yeah.
And it's been growing. That's the best part of our company right now is barbecue sauce
I
sales,
bet.
whichever.
Yeah.
It's
I
really-
buy it. It's
Yeah.
in my fridge.
I know.
There you go.
I think
All
I had
right.
some this morning. I don't remember.
So
it's
is
good
it
on
just
everything.
It is.
Is it just in Ohio or is it everywhere?
Well, we're in about 20 different states right now. I'm trying to think. It's been 12 or 13 years ago. It's really expensive to get into a new market. We got into Kroger's in Atlanta, Georgia. We thought that's probably the toughest barbecue sauce market in the country.
Yeah.
Right.
And Kroger told us first of all, we had to spend, I think, about $400 to $500 coupons, samples,
Just giving it away.
advertisement, commitments, whatever. Yeah, just to get people to try our sauce. And Kroger told us, we'll try you out for a year. We don't want to trade sales. You need to improve the barbecue sauce segment, you know. So we did. Our sales, you know, it went up, I think, about 7 or 8% that year, whichever. So we've been there ever since. But because it's so expensive to get into a new market, we've been lucky. Every local Kroger has their own, you know, president for that city.
Sure.
As the presidents moved around the country, they would take our sauce with them.
Oh,
So
okay.
So
Oh,
we're
wow.
in, yeah,
Yeah.
I know we're in Texas, we're in Florida, we're in Michigan. We saw a lot of. We're in baseball stadiums. We're in the Cleveland Guardian Stadium. They sell more product of ours than we do in Cincinnati.
No
way.
kidding.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
They love our stuff up there. Yeah.
That's
That's
incredible.
funny.
So, and it's growing, but you know, little by little. We just picked up 3 more Costco's. So
That's big.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
big.
So I mean, like, the nice thing is you have this continuous growth. You
correct.
know?
Yeah.
Now, like, is that pretty consistent as far as, you know, do you have to reach out a lot? Like, obviously there's a lot you have to do, but is it kind of like working on its own now?
You got to get out there.
Yeah.
My dad used to walk around to all the Kroger stores in Cincinnati on Sundays. That was his job.
Yeah.
They stocked their shelves. I know back then they stocked the shelves 1 day a week. If your sauce sells out on the first day, it doesn't get back on the shelves till
For another week.
my dad would go out and hand out ball tickets, $100 bills, gift cards, make sure that our sauce was on the shelves all the time.
That's awesome.
He was a hustler, I'll tell
Hey,
you what.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's why we're here. You
Yeah.
know? We love to hear the hustle, you know.
But Evan works it all the time. I mean, you know, we take care of the guys that take care of us, whatever. So you got to do that.
Is it made here in the restaurants, or is it?
No, you know what? When we started to bottle the sauce, we couldn't do the volume, whichever.
Sure.
Kroger has a subsidiary in Lower Price Hill. They call it the Red Sauce Plant. They do regional packing for, you know, tomato sauces, things like that, whichever. So my mom was scared to death to give up the recipe to them.
Yeah.
We have a non-disclosure agreement about 2 inches thick. Whatever.
you really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So we had to convince her that, you know, we got to get the recipe.
Right.
I don't know the recipe. My brother doesn't know it. My 2 sisters, and my mother knew the recipe, and my Aunt Tasha, whatever.
So you don't even know the recipe?
No. No. That's how they keep us working for so long.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, Kroger's made it for us for many years, and they have their premium brand. What do they call it? Selection or something like
Private
that.
selection.
Private selection. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they told us a couple years ago they weren't going to be able to do it anymore, and we found another manufacturer here in Ohio that makes our sauce for us.
Okay. Okay. In Cincinnati or no?
No, it's up in Lima, Ohio.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So how long have you been in the restaurant industry? How long have you actually started working here?
Well, I started in Montgomery when I was 12 years old. That's been 60 years ago, whichever. It was, you know, we just started with the ribs. The ribs really started taking off back then.
Sure.
If you wanted to eat in our family, you had to work. And I used to think I had the worst parents in the world because we'd be on a school bus coming home, and whatever season it was, our buddies, you know, can you play basketball? Can you play football today? And we'd always have to say no. We have to go to work. I look back now, and I was so fortunate to be able to spend all that time with my mom and dad and to learn from them, whatever. And
Absolutely.
I went to UC for 2 years. I knew what I was going to be doing the rest of my life, so I thought I could learn more at Montgomery Inn than I could there about what I want to do. So
I mean, I get that. I think we can relate to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. Your cigar events. So I recently just got to experience a cigar event with you, and thank you for having me there. It was great. Tell me why you do that. What got you into cigars? What are these events about?
let me see where I'll start. I smoke cigarettes. I quit on my 40th birthday.
Okay.
30 years ago.
Wow.
I grew up hating cigars. My father was a avid cigar smoker. We'd be in a car in the wintertime with the windows up, and he'd be just puffing away in a cigar. We'd be sitting in the back seat turning green, trying to not throw up.
Right.
And I swore I'd never smoke a cigar. I quit smoking cigarettes, and about 6 months later, I was craving a cigarette, and I thought, I'm gonna go out to our humidor here at the boathouse and get a little cigar out. Well, I put out, it was a short story from Fuente, they're about this long. I lit it up, I took 2 puffs, it was sitting in the ashtray in our office. My father came in and goes, who's smoking that cigar? I go, I am, Dad. He goes, what kind you like? I'll get them for you. I go, Dad, I took 2 puffs off. That's my first cigar. I don't even know if I like them yet. I came to work the next morning. I had 3 boxes of cigars on my desk. I had a new lighter, a cigar cutter, and a leather carrying case for cigars.
Dang.
So I started smoking them just to make him happy at first.
Right.
Then I started to really enjoy them. And I kind of compare cigars like maybe like a glass of wine. I have like morning cigars, evening cigars, whatever. This would be great after this dinner or something like that, but I just really enjoy them. In 1992, we had the Retail Tobacco Dealers Association of America had their convention at the convention center downtown. It was all cigar people. You could smoke indoors. It was like a cloud of smoke over there. But I had a friend of mine that sold cigars. He goes, why don't we do like a little cigar dinner while these guys are in town? Maybe we can get one of the cigar makers to come over and talk. And we did. We had about 30 people there. We did a 4-course dinner, open bar, wine pairings, cigars. I think we charged like $40 back then.
Wow.
It was the best deal in town. Now it's grown. We had one of our events this summer. We had over 500 people here. We do something in conjunction with the La Rosa family.
Oh, yeah.
We had boxing. We had, Buddy's always been involved in boxing. The whole family is.
Yep.
But Buddy this is our 8th event with him. He has like a Las Vegas style boxing ring. It's got the lights. It's got the whole bit. It's just incredible. So we have 2 tents with the ring in the middle, and he smokes cigars, have dinner, watching the fights all night. He has the Irish national team come in every year. It's pretty cool, and they've grown. I'll tell you a great story. The third year we were doing our cigar dinners, we probably would get maybe 60 to 70 people then.
Okay.
You guys, I don't know if you guys remember James Brown, the singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
James was in town trying to buy King Records, where he made his first recording. And he came here for lunch on Tuesday with the mayor, with all the city fathers, whichever. I got introduced to him. He had ribs for lunch. He absolutely loved them. Wednesday night, the next day, we have our cigar dinner going on. So about 8 o'clock, I'm walking through the dining room, and I see James and his wife sitting there. And he goes, I asked if you were here. They told me you weren't here tonight. And I said, I've got a little charity function going on outside. And I just tell him, so I got to stay out there. Anyway, his wife goes, do you have a combo out there? I go, yeah, we got a 3-piece jazz band. She goes, James, you need to go out and sing. 40 minutes later, the guys are just finishing their dinner. Here comes James Brown, walks up to the keyboard player, whispers a few words to him, and he breaks down into these blues songs. He sang for like 40 minutes, whatever. It was amazing.
What?
We charged $75 back then. After James got a standing ovation and left, the guys are going, man, that was really great. Who are you going to have here next month? Like that was part of their deal for,
I got
for 75.
I got your wheels spinning.
Right.
Yeah. But they've just grown and grown and grown. We probably net around 150. I used to do more. I'm getting old. I only do 5 a year now.
Okay.
But we net about 150,000 off those for that we get to local charities every year.
All these events?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything we do out in that tent, I do a lot of help a lot of nonprofits, fundraisers, things like that. I call them government jobs. We don't make any money on them, but it's the city's been great to us, and it's great to be able to help somebody else along the way for sure.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it feels great. Like, and that's kind of like that's kind of where we want to be. That's kind of like our goals with a lot of this is just being able to spread as much positivity as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
We sure need it, don't we? Man.
Yeah. Don't we?
Yes.
Big time.
Now more than ever.
Right.
I feel like.
Right. So with these events that you have down here in this tent, do you own this property, or how does this work?
Well, we own the building that the boathouse is in.
Okay.
The property is owned by the city of Cincinnati. There's no businesses on the riverfront besides us and the Reds and the Bengals. All this riverfront property was given to the city of Cincinnati over 100 years ago through a federal grant for nonprofit use only, whichever. We got grandfathered in because when this building was built, the Cincinnati Rowing Club was in the basement, and they needed someone to come in and pay the expenses for the entire building. So we got grandfathered in. The Cincinnati United Contractors owned the building, and after 4 years, we were able to purchase from them. Next door is a skating rink that's part of the park.
Yeah.
Nobody skated for a long time, so about 12 years ago, I asked the park if they could put up a tent out there. For nonprofit events, things like that, whichever. So we share the tent. Skating is really coming back. There was a group, a husband and wife team that's promoting skating, and weekends there's a ton of skaters out there, whichever.
that's
So
cool.
it's pretty neat to see for sure. So it's just great just looking at the river all day long. It's just
Right,
so
right.
calming down here
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Man.
So so kind of back to the cigar stuff. So is that kind of where the logo came from with the cigar smoker?
No, that was my dad's logo from the '60s, whatever. For
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a big full circle moment then.
Oh,
I feel
God, for
like,
sure.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I would go out to his house. We'd always have family dinners. My mom would love to cook for everybody on Sunday. And my dad and I would start talking about cigars. We'd be out on the porch smoking a cigar. My brother Tom didn't smoke, but he started getting cigars too. He didn't want to be left out, whatever. He smokes more than I do now. I
No
think.
way.
I love going to the doctors. When you go to a new doctor, they'll go, do you smoke? And I'll go, cigars. And they go, how many? I go, as many as I can.
Right. That's funny. I'm sure they don't like that.
No, they don't at all. My wife doesn't either. She tells me
No.
to eat onions before I come home. It'll make my breath smell better.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's funny. I like that.
Do you have kids?
I have three. I have a 42-year-old daughter, a 38-year-old son, and a 28-year-old son.
Are they active in the business?
No, my one son, my middle one is. Tag is taking over for me down here. He's doing a great job too.
Awesome. So I got to see at the event. You know, you were kind of working it. You were picking up plates. You were
yeah.
You were
Yeah.
doing everything. So you're a true operator. What's your day like? How many days a week do you work? What do you do?
I'm here every morning at 8 o'clock. I took one day off. I took off Wednesday this week. I had 3 doctor's appointments. I haven't had a day off. I don't know, 6 or 8 months probably, whatever.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. Yeah. I love it. I come in the morning. I have my coffee. I'll usually have a cigar when I walk in the front door. We can smoke during the day when there's nobody in here. But
Right.
Yeah.
Hope nobody turns us in. But anyway, what was the question again? I forgot. I started. Yeah.
What was the question?
How?
If you had kids,
My
and
day.
if they were
My day.
active.
Yeah, yes, your day.
Yeah. You know what? I just kind of I call myself the maintenance man anymore and the stock boy. I'll come in the morning and see what we need as far as front of the house, beverages, whatever, supplies, things like that. Or a chef does the back of the house, whichever. But I'll come in, I'll check deliveries in, whatever's going on, whatever. Our cleaning crew's here every day. I kind of help those guys supervise whatever. And
Wow.
there's a lot of paperwork. Excuse me. Our phones ring all day long.
Oh, they do for
answering, people calling for reservations. So
Sure.
emails, things like that. There's nothing. Usually I run out of work about 2 o'clock. That's when I get out of here. Whichever.
Oh wow, that's cool. And then you've got you said you've got a brother and sisters, correct?
Brother, 2 sisters. My brother Tom runs the Montgomery location.
Okay.
My sister Vicky is retired, and Terry helps out in both restaurants. Whichever.
Okay. Cool. And then you have is there a corporate office too?
We have our corporate office is located behind the original Inn in Montgomery. We do our bookkeeping out there.
Yep.
There's 5 people that work in that building.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So, what happened during COVID? How did that affect you guys?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Killed us.
we've been wanting to touch on
Absolutely.
this.
We're still feeling it.
Yeah,
okay?
really.
I got to tell you one thing about COVID. When it first came out, we all thought it's going to be, like the bubonic plague, something like that. We have a doctor that lives at Adams Landing across the street. We shut the dining room, shut down. I think they made us shut down, whatever. We were allowed to open for carryout after a certain time. Maybe it was a couple weeks, something like that.
You were shut down for a couple of weeks, or how long were you shut down for?
Yeah, it was like 6 to 8 months, whatever.
You were completely closed.
We were doing carryout.
Yeah, after like two weeks
a
of
couple
the
weeks, I believe it
shutdown,
was, yeah.
every restaurant could start doing carry out.
Yeah.
And
We had a doctor that lives at Adams Landing came over to pick up his carryout order in a hazmat suit. We saw that because we just got our little mask
Right.
on. We were scared to death. We thought he knows what's going on, whatever. But it was terrible. We still feel it. We used to be open for lunch every day. Lunches were busy with nobody working downtown. We shut down lunches. We had to let half of our crew go.
You still closed for lunches?
Still closed for lunches. People still aren't working,
I know.
downtown, whichever. People don't eat lunch like they used to. We used to get 2 turns during the week, 3 on Friday. People would meet their customers here. We got that big lot. It's so easy to get in and out. But people, they email, they Zoom now. They just don't entertain like they used to. Whichever.
Right. Wow. You guys are open 7 days a week.
We closed on Mondays.
You're closed Mondays.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then you open at 5.
4 o'clock during the week, and Saturday and Sunday we open up at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Okay.
I'd love for us to be able to do lunch again sometime.
Yeah.
Because I would meet so many new people at lunch. They'd come in, with clients, have meetings, whatever, and I'd always get introduced, and
Right.
I'd give them my card, and, with my cell number on it, and
Yeah.
if you ever need anything, call me. Sure enough, they'd start calling. I get calls at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. Somebody wanted to make a reservation.
Right.
My wife goes, "Why do you do that?" I go, 6 people, times what? I said, that's money in the bank, whatever.
Exactly.
It's, that's customer service. The chain restaurants don't do that. It's just, you got to treat everybody like they're at your home when they're here, whichever. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I love people. I love talking to them, whatever. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. So I actually, during COVID, I actually worked at Mac's Pizza Pub in Landon.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I was a bartender, but I was able to help out with the carry out. So I kind of got to see, the internal side of that, and it was really. I saw the anxiety that it gave our owner, and I saw a lot of emotions from him that I can imagine.
So
being
scary.
a business owner, it's just you don't know, and it seemed like every single day it was like, what's going to happen next,
Definitely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see how that, and I was curious how it affected you guys, and that's. Did you guys? So I noticed with us, we ramped up, like our carryout ramped up. We had a lot lot of support, which I feel like you guys probably did
We
have
had
a lot of
ton carryout.
support.
Yes, we did.
Which is what
And it was
it's
great.
helpful.
People were tipping so
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
tipping our staff, which
Oh yeah. We were definitely taken care of.
Yeah.
Now, but then you compare it to what you can do if you had a full restaurant, and that's where it really hurts you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So
We're
do you
still
think,
not back 100%.
Yeah.
Our weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, are great. That's when we get all the local traffic. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we depend on business people, whichever.
Sure.
And the businesses they're not entertaining, they're not spending money.
Right.
We're really excited. The new convention center is going to open up in January.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be great for every restaurant in Cincinnati. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Is this location busier than the Montgomery location?
Maybe we do about 10% more than they do, whichever.
Here.
They do a ton of carry-out business up there.
Okay.
Their carry-out, they have 3 checkout lines. I don't think nobody cooks in Montgomery on Friday and Saturday night, whatever. So their carry-out is amazing up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. We serve more dinners in-house. They do a ton of carry-out.
Yeah. It's funny how that works, just being like
Different
15
locations.
miles away or 10 miles
for
away,
sure.
just like,
Yeah.
because that's how Max was too. Like the Clifton location, they do like 85% alcohol, obviously, with it being right there. So yeah, it's funny how that works. Now, is this space-wise, is this much bigger than Montgomery, or is it about the same?
This building is 22,000 square feet. I think Montgomery's bigger. I think
Really?
they're around 25,000 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah. We're getting ready to renovate the whole place out there. We're going to start right after the first of the year, whichever. Just update and make a lot of changes. So I'm not going to tell you what. You'll have to come out and see it.
All right.
Okay?
Hey, maybe that's episode 2.
Yeah.
There you go. For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about all the memorabilia and stuff? I noticed that in the Montgomery location.
Oh yeah. My dad started collecting back in. I guess it was '67 when when the Bengals started. All the Bengals lived out in the Montgomery area. Most of them, whatever. Our place was their hangout, whichever. They were in there all the time. So they would start, bringing their jerseys, pictures, things like that. My dad started hanging those up, whichever. And I remember my dad. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago. There was a quarterback, Virgil Carter, in the '70s. He and his wife would come in every Wednesday. My dad and his wife said this to her stepson, who's a friend of mine. Ted would always ask us, "Is anybody hurt?" Because he was betting on the games.
Right.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
But they all hung out there. It was great seeing those guys for sure. And
That's awesome. Well, is there any other questions you feel that people would want to know about Montgomery Inn?
oh man,
Anything
you know
else we
what?
should ask?
God, what could I say? Come and see us, whatever. I talk to
Absolutely.
people all the time. It's really cool. I'll go on vacation and somebody will say, "Where are you from?" And I'll go, "Cincinnati." They go, "You ever go to that rib place?" I go, "Yeah, I've been there a few times." My wife and I, this is probably 10 years ago, we were in St. Martin, in the French West Indies, whatever. We're riding around in a Jeep. I think I'm drinking a cold Heineken, whatever, and smoking a cigar. And it was probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was a little stand on the side of the road, and the lady selling Caribbean lobsters and Johnny cakes. Johnny cakes were like cornbread, and she had a cooler of beer there. So we pull in there. And we get a couple officers, we're sitting down eating at a picnic table, whatever.
Yeah.
And this girl keeps looking at me. She's probably about 23, 24 years old. And she goes, "You're that guy from the boathouse, aren't you?" I go, "How did you know that?" I said,
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm from Cincinnati. She goes, "I came here on a cruise." She goes, "I fell in love. I never got back on the boat, whatever.
No
I stayed
way.
here." Yeah.
Wow.
So
She
that was pretty
recognized you.
cool.
That's too
But-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. I talk to people in Cincinnati. I tell them what I do, and they go, "We've never been here." I go, "I can't,
Right.
So anyway, come and check us out, whatever.
Absolutely.
I'd love to get more young people in here.
More young people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this is such a legendary. It's like an icon. Everybody knows Montgomery Inn sauce.
Yeah.
For sure.
They really do.
Yeah.
And the ribs, and you're the rib king.
I eat ribs every day. When they come out of the ovens, I cut a bone off and try them out. Whatever, you got to
Yeah.
Yep.
make sure they're.
What time is that?
Probably the first batch comes out around 11, 12 o'clock, whichever.
Well, we might make it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
for sure. Yeah,
Perfect.
definitely.
We need some quality controls.
So do you try the food every day? Then do you?
Oh, you got to.
You do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there times where you say, "Nope, not serving this"?
You got to try it. I try the barbecue sauce every day.
You do.
We had a problem, about a year ago. I tried our sauce and it tasted like crap. And I thought, here, all these people here, nobody tried it, whatever.
Right.
So yeah, we threw it out and made
Yeah.
a new batch, whatever. So
So the sauce that's served here does it come from the Lima, Ohio plant, or
Correct.
do you make it here?
it all comes from there.
It all does.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all. It's got to be consistent. Yeah, all the same. Yeah.
Do you go up there often to?
I've never been there.
Okay.
My brother-in-law handles that end of the company for us, whatever. So.
Yes. Wow. Okay. What other questions we got?
I think my biggest question is the highs and lows. So, do you think, obviously, going like as a business owner, there's highs and lows. Do you think COVID was probably the lowest point for you guys, or just like?
COVID was really, really low.
Yeah.
The bridge fire killed us last year, also.
Oh yeah.
That bridge. It took them 6 months to reconstruct that. You got that bridge behind me there that I think 300,000 cars cross that every day going back and forth to work. When that was shut down, Pete Rose Way, Eastern Avenue, Broadway, everybody trying to get across that little bridge by the ballpark to get home.
Yeah.
Traffic was so bad down here, people wouldn't even come near this place. So that really hurt us. Then we had a flood.
This flooded?
We've had several floods. Yeah, we had
Have
a
you?
flood in 1990. It was 96 or 97. The water was all the way up to our front door when the river got to 67 feet. We were shut down for 9 days. That was so scary.
Wow.
Man.
Has the water ever came into the building?
Yeah, we had 12 feet of water in our basement. Yeah. We have all of our storage in the basement. We had a flood this year where it was only supposed to go to 59 feet.
Right.
We had everything on shelves 5 feet off the ground, which would have been about what's flood level? 52 feet. Yeah, we were about 60 feet, and the water came up higher than that. If the river water touches it, whatever it is, you got to throw it out. It's contaminated, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to clean out the junk out of our basement every couple of years.
Right.
But we lost a lot of product, and you can't get flood insurance. You can't get content insurance for a flood, whatever. So,
Oh, you can't?
So we all eat that, whatever. Yeah.
Whoa.
You got time for a great story?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is probably 20-some years ago. December, I would always buy a ton of wine, house wines, things like that. We had over 500 cases of wine in our basement, and a flood's coming. So I'm down there with 3 other guys. We got 3 vans. We're loading up that wine and taking it, putting it in my garage at home. And the cities out here, they bought something called a water worm.
Okay.
It was like a giant balloon, okay, only like 20 feet tall, that you fill up with water. They were going to wrap it around the building, and fill it up with water, and that would seal the building so the flood water couldn't get in, which was a great idea. So anyway, one of the guys goes, "You don't have to do that. We're putting this water worm up. You won't have to worry about anything." I go, "I got like 500 cases of wine." I said, "I really can't take any chances on this." So I'm walking out, and I heard him tell one of the other guys, "What a dumbass." So anyway, we get all the wine out. Next day at lunch, they got the balloon spread out. They're filling it up with water from the fire hydrants. Well, they had caps on it that you have to loosen to let the air out.
Yeah.
Right around 12:30, there's this huge explosion. Water hits our windows downstairs. The dining room is packed like a tsunami. Dust is coming out of the ceiling because it hit so hard. They forgot to take the caps off the balloon, so it got too much water and it just exploded. So I stuck my head out and I go, "Hey, who's a dumbass now?" I got the biggest kick out of that.
Yeah, that's karma for you right
That's
there.
sure.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. And it was on them too.
They paid like 30 grand for that thing and blew it up on the first session.
They did.
Goodness.
They did. Wow.
Oh man. No, it's just a fun business. I love our staff. We've got some great people. We've had people that've been here since day one with us, whichever. We are so fortunate. They become like, like family, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what the coolest part is seeing people that worked here when they were in high school and college,
Yeah.
and coming back years later with their families, and
That's cool.
and how successful they are, whichever.
Sure.
And they say, we learned how to work here. Thank you, whatever. That makes me feel great. Up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
I bet you feel great about
Yeah.
that. And like
It's
that's
fun.
what we live for.
How many employees do you have?
This location, we got about 160.
Okay. How about across the company?
Probably around 400.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of employees.
It is for sure.
That's a lot of employees.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's important to know every one of their names. You know that?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Man,
is.
for sure.
Yep.
Definitely.
You have any other questions?
I think that's it. Do you have anything else for us?
No, I'll
or-
probably think of something later on.
I know.
But it'll be
That's
too
how-
late.
so
I'll
that's
tell
how
you.
it goes.
We got to do this again sometime, okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Thank
could
you so
definitely make
much
that happen. Yeah,
for
we-
having us. This
we-
was
had fun, and we appreciate it, answering the questions and kind of giving us a little insight
Oh,
on
for sure.
on
My
everything.
pleasure.
I
Man.
still can't believe you don't know the barbecue sauce recipe.
No. I used to have nightmares about that. I thought
Yeah.
they're going to kick me out. I was always the black sheep in the family.
Yeah.
I thought I can't go somewhere else and open up a place because I don't have the recipe, whatever.
Right. That's awesome.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much, Dean.
Oh, I
That was
appreciate
so
it, guys.
nice of
Thank you so
taking
much.
your
It was
time
so
and
fun.
coming down
Yeah.
here, and we hope.
Well, let me know
people-
when I can listen to this, okay?
Absolutely, we'll send it to you. You'll get it, and hopefully a bunch of people see this and they come here and
Perfect.
brings business to you. And your story is incredible. What you've done, your family. This is awesome. So
Thank you so much.
You again.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right, guys.